too. Cool. I'm seeing squares with names and the little organic face.
Yeah,
but I'm
I
not
think
seeing
it's a setting. Let me see if I can change that
Okay.
setting.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, here we go. Okay. Hi, Maya.
Hello, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Oh, I'm still not seeing people. I wonder
Me
if there's
neither.
anything I need to do.
They might just not have their cameras on.
Hi, Maya. Now I see Maya. Hi.
Hi.
Awesome.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome.
Hi.
Yay. Kelly, I haven't met you. It's nice to see you.
Nice to meet you too.
Wonderful. And I see we have Karen. Great.
And Cathrine is here.
And Catherine's here. Okay, great. I can't see Karen and Cathrine, but that maybe their cameras are not on, which is fine. I can see Maya and Kelly and you.
Yeah,
so.
this is Cathrine. I don't have mine on. I've been having
Okay.
an allergy reaction. You do not want to see this.
Oh, I'm
Aw.
sorry.
Oh, I live like this, but thank you.
Aw. I mean, you look fine to me, but it's up to you what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, you know, it's the runny
Oh,
nose.
that's Karen that popped on. Okay.
Yeah, it's always your option if you want the camera
Yeah.
here. It's no problem. Hi, Sharon. Well, let's get started, Yeshe.
Sounds good. Well, hello, everyone. So welcome to the first Tuesday call where you can have your nurse entrepreneur questions answered, and we can celebrate things with you if you've got things to celebrate. And you've got experts on the line that can help you. So yay, welcome. Glad you're all here. How about we all just take a deep breath? And I won't make it too long. We'll just have a couple of deep breaths together. How's that sound? Great. So if you want to, you can lower your eyelids or close your eyes. And you can let your spine be nice and long. And just let your body settle down into your seat. And allow your belly to go totally soft. No holding. We're not looking, I promise. Just letting your belly go completely soft. Have a nice deep breath in through your nose and all the way down to your belly. And then exhale. And you can imagine that you're releasing anything that happened up until this moment that doesn't serve this moment. And let's have one more deep breath like that, or maybe two more. Another deep breath like that, in through your nose, all the way down to your lower belly. And slowly, evenly release it. Imagine that anything from after this moment that doesn't serve this moment, just let that release as well. And one more nice deep breath in, all the way down to your lower belly. And slowly, evenly exhale. Maybe letting yourself have a little at the end. Just coming into this present moment and allowing to come into your heart and into your mind what's happening in your business right now. Where would you like a second opinion, a question answered, some guidance? What would you like to celebrate? Just let all those things come to the top of your heart and be clear in your mind. And you can do this even if you haven't started your business yet, because we have answers for that too. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Very good. let's just get started with answering some questions. Does anyone have something that is burning hot that they need answered first? Yeah, I see Kelly, you're raising your hand. Yes, Kelly.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your guys' time. This is my first webinar with you all.
Yay, welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you. My question really is, how do we go from one-on-one coaching model and scaling it up to a group format? For background, I'm almost done with my Doctor of Nursing practice degree through Ohio State University, and I completed their nurse coaching certificate. And as my DNP project, I'm leading a coaching program for healthcare clinicians in the emergency department who are experiencing burnout. And one of the things, because I am a practicing ENP and FNP, so I work full-time in the emergency department and part-time doing family practice. So burnout is pervasive and everywhere. And one of the things that I've encountered through my project is that there's a lot of interest from organizations to implement this, but I am clearly the bottleneck in that it's already been kind of precarious. I have 11 or 12 subjects right now in my DNP project, but doing 12 one-on-one coaching sessions in a week while you're working full time is a lot. And our ER director is like, we want you to do this for all the nurses, but there are 69 nurses in the ER. And I'm like, he's like, you're going to get bogged down really quickly. It's like, I know this. So I need to figure it out. Like, as I transition out of the student role and into the, the DNP role, I think for my business, I'd want to develop a consulting wing where I partner with healthcare organizations to do wellness coaching, but group-based, because he's right. There's no way I'm one person. I can't work full-time in the ED 312s a week and do 69 individual coaching sessions in a week. It's craziness. So that's my key question.
That's really cool. This is really great. I think Sharon's going to have a lot to share on this. And before she does, I want to share a couple of things, a couple of ideas. For one, I want to acknowledge that this is a really unique thing that you're doing. Usually we have nurses that are in their own business, not within a system, and they're going from one-on-one coaching to expanding their brand so that they start to teach in groups like that. That's a lot of, we help, that's a path that we help with in the Nurses Business Incubator, which is one of the programs that that nurses can get with the Liberated Nurse. And so your path is interesting. The first two things that I think of, one is there a way that you can collaborate with another nurse to offer these programs to do what you need to do? I don't know if that's permitted within the boundaries of what you're required to submit, but I wonder if that's something. And the reason why I ask that is because this does sound like a heavy workload, and it sounds like something that it feels really important for you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you have space for yourself as you're, doing these requirements. So if you were able to partner with someone, it might help to ease that load. And again, I don't know if that's permitted or not, but that's one idea that comes to my mind. I had another idea and it sort of left my mind. Do you want to share anything, Sharon, while that's coming back to my mind, or would you like me to just pause? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, I want to acknowledge you. What exciting position you're in. But sometimes, abundance can actually be too much sometimes, right? So can I ask you a few questions about your situation? Okay. So are you doing these coaching sessions as a volunteer?
So it's part of my DNP project, and so I'm not able to take payment for them. And during the pandemic, I did start a small business where I do wellness coaching that focuses on, people can purchase packages and things for nutrition, physical activity, or like wellness just generally. But because burnout is the clinical topic that's most salient to me, that's the part of my private business that I'm using for my DNP project. So technically I can't take money and all those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the hospital's asking you to do more of these sessions.
Because
I just want to get really clear on what you're.
Yeah.
And so first of all, they're going to have to pay you, right? And we don't want you to setting yourself up to be seen as somebody who's just giving all this expertise and love and juice that you're giving now. And so your question is how to transition from what you're doing with the one-on-ones and the free to having this be paid and working with groups so you can leverage your time.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, one of the things we teach in the incubator is to use a model of a pilot test. Okay. And that is the purpose of the pilot test is to verify the value that people are getting from what you offer. And so I suggest how much longer do you have in seeing people one-on-one for free?
So I'll finish up with the rest of my DNP study participants August 31st.
Okay.
My outcomes of interest are burnout and turnover intention. So it's a pre and post thing. So I have them do the Maslow burnout inventory and the turnover intention scale that are validated measures, do 8 weeks of coaching and then measure it again. And then I have a qualitative kind of program evaluation survey that I've created, and the initial feedback has already been really positive. And so that's the part that I'm like, hey, people are saying that there's value. And then the ED director is like, oh, great. Here, just like do this for everyone. I'm like, wait.
Yeah. So kudos to you. You know, I figured since you were doing it as part of your DMP that you probably had pre and post measurements going on. And that's what we do also in the pilot test. So that's super important because you want to see how much change you made, you know, not you, but that you facilitated with people. And also you want to ask for testimonies if possible in their words of what they got from it. And is it too late for you to add that into your model? You're muted.
Thank you. It might be. I've had, of the 11 or 12, 4 have already finished and completed their post analyses. So probably I'd have to take a look. We created Qualtrics surveys. I think I left open a space for just, is there any other feedback that you'd like to share? So maybe I can glean something from that.
Okay, you might. If you have the freedom to do so, I suggest you think about, even if you have to send them an email or something afterwards as a separate question, that you ask them something like, if you found this valuable, what would you say to other nurses about this experience? That usually elicits useful testimonies. They don't just say, oh, it was great. They'll get more detailed about what they would say to another nurse who was, and it would be good to put the problem that you're solving in that question. Maybe what would you say to another nurse who's burned out or has certain symptoms or problems, and make it the same thing as what you were working with, the problem you were working with in your coaching. That can get you some good testimonies. And then just to kind of wrap up, then I would take that, all the data that shows that it made a difference, that the intervention made a difference, and make a proposal to the hospital. And you could give it first to the ED manager, but he or she's probably not who's going to decide on if he can pay you. I don't know, might be somebody above that person. And do it in a collaborative way so that you could say, okay, here's what I did. They had X number of sessions over X amount of time, this many participants. This is where they were at the beginning. This is where they were at the end. And then you say, my director asked me to continue on. I think we should do a collaboration on what exactly that would look like. So you just bring it into a conversational kind of proposal and ask them, what would they be willing to pay for that? What's their budget? Get those cards out on the table pretty quick. And they may not know exactly what they want to pay or what form they want it to be in. So then I suggest you take maybe two different approaches to them on paper. Say, okay, I could do this. It would look like this. I could also do this other option. Or if something else comes to your mind, I'll entertain that too. I wouldn't do any more than three options, your two options and their third kind of thing, because it can get too big. And just collaborate and see what can be co-created that meets their needs. And that's the way I would do it. And then charge well for that. And you might suggest that they try it as a pilot with some confined amount of nurses. And then if it goes well, they roll it out to a larger number of nurses, that type of thing. Does that helpful?
It does. I don't think I wanted to make sure that I don't think I expressed my question
well. No, I think I left out a part. So you were wondering how to go from one-on-one to group.
Yeah.
So I left that part out.
Yeah.
You probably are going to need to look at what you did in your one-on-one and look for patterns across the people. There'll be certain things that you repeated in almost every person. Maybe how to be mindful or how to get better sleep or some topics that you repeated to most of the participants because they needed it. And those things you can bundle into a group. And then other things you can offer. I would say for a company like that, mostly they probably will want group with very little one-on-one because it's so much more expensive, right, for them. But so the participants won't get such a high level of customization as what you gave in one-on-one. But I would guess if you had 12 participants, that's a good enough number that you can see some patterns emerge and similarities, commonalities that you can offer in a group setting. Partly as educational with handouts, maybe videos, that kind of thing. You could record some videos of some of the content that you found yourself saying over and over. And then partly maybe in small groups where there's engagement and dialogue around some of the parts that need to be customized to the individual. Does that now get to more of what you were talking about, asking?
Yeah, that's really helpful, actually, thinking about looking at patterns as they emerge. I did the graduate coaching certification, and I am a board certified nurse coach, but we didn't have anything on like entrepreneurship or even how to go from like taking all the motivational interviewing techniques and the active listening and all that and scaling it up. And one of the things from the committee that was their feedback was, well, you're going to be the bottleneck here. You should consider doing group coaching. I'm like, are there different strategies that you use in a group setting? And then how do you manage disclosure? Because sometimes people do share things that they would feel more comfortable in a one-on-one setting that they don't share in a group setting, but I'm unsure about how to navigate those dynamics too.
Yeah. Do you have a coaching mentor or someone in your school that you was a mentor in your school that you could reach out and contact about the coaching piece? Okay. Yeah, I'm a coach and I could, if you were my client, I'd get into that with you. But in this call, I stick with the business side of it. And that's right where I went, was down the business path. But it's very important that you see also what's possible, at least in general, in the coaching.
Yeah, thank you. That was so helpful. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Wonderful.
Yeshe, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, actually, you covered it.
Okay.
Yeah, you covered it.
Right.
Thank you. Maja, did you have something?
I just wanted to say, Kelly, that you're doing a really amazing job, and it's so wonderful to hear that there is somebody out there taking care of the burnout issue, because it's really huge. And something that came to me is that there is one girl in our group that is doing group coaching on some kind of the same topic as you, not with health professionals, but with all kinds of staff. And I don't know, maybe she would uh, like to exchange with you if you're interested in how she does. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
She's not here tonight, but we could share your email with her in case.
Yeah, Kelly, if you want to put your email in the chat, I will get that to her. Oh, there you go. Good. Her situation is she's doing burnout and resilience prevention and management in corporations, and she's doing it 100% group, not one-on-one. Her model is mostly education rather than coaching. It's and the dialogues and engagements that she facilitates in her groups is around like putting some of the things that she's teaching into a self-care plan, and so that they can then carry it on afterwards. And since you're working with nurses, care plans or a self-care plan is a handy model, right? It's language we understand. Okay.
So there are many ways of doing it, right? And like for me, I'm also soon thinking about shifting to group coaching, because I might get more and more customers that I cannot serve everybody in this one-on-one. So I've been doing group webinars before, so I sort of feel comfortable in that setting of talking to a group. And I think I'm just going to I have collected a series of insights and data from these one-on-one sessions that I've been doing. So that's gathered to a over 100 pages presentation that I can show in a group. And I sort of do that whenever I have an insight around a subject or an issue, that I just write it down. I make drawings. I make maybe, I don't know, stuff to show on the screen that I share, and then we have a chat around that, and I let people ask their questions, and yeah.
Maya, when you say 100 pages, do you mean 100 slides on a slideshow?
100 slides, yeah.
Yeah. She makes wonderful slideshows it's not full of a lot of words either. It's a few words and maybe nice images. And
I try to make it simple. Yeah.
That's really smart. Yeah, that sounds really valuable, Maya. I think that's a really wise thing to do, to collect, the guidance that you're giving people and what works for them best. I think that's going to really be a powerful document in your business.
Yeah, it feels like it. And some people come back to me and say, just reading this has helped me. I read it over and over, they say. It's just so powerful.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
There might be something in that Kelly can use, even though she's not trained on the insight method that you are. Kelly, some of the insights that your participants have had in the pilot, if you just could put like those on a slide, one insight per slide, maybe anonymously. It's true. Other people's insights are rich for bringing us new energy and new perspectives and feeling the possibility of shifting things in our life.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that,
That
Maja.
too.
Yeah,
And
thank
what I
you.
do also is share, like just refer to other people's experience that I've been listening to, and especially the hopeful ones, the ones that change, the one that see something new. Yeah. So that's helpful, and yeah. Some people will hear it and it will help them. Other people will hear something else. You cannot control that.
Nice. Well, I want to see if there's something that we can help Karen with. Thank you again, Maja. That was really helpful. Karen, do you have anything that we can support you through?
Yes, I hope you can. It's kind of an unusual question.
Can you do you have a volume that you can?
Sure do.
Are you all hearing Karen okay?
I just unmuted myself. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, that's
okay,
better.
Okay. About 6-7 months ago, my Google business page shifted because of what changes that Google made. And they lumped me together with naturopaths. So I tried to change it, but I couldn't. There's no category for holistic nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
So they lumped me with naturopaths. And this happened again about 6 or 7 months ago. But now on my calendar, I just have all these people wanting, that my 20-minute free discovery call. But what they really want is not what my primary specialty is, and that's reversing diabetes. And they think I'm a naturopath. So they may or may not, spend more than 3 seconds on my website. If they did, they'd see that I'm not a naturopath. But you have any insight onto how I can? I mean, I've tried and tried and tried, and there's no setting or category that is appropriate for me. I don't want to say I'm a nurse, because I am a nurse, but that's not my primary offer.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have any insight, I mean, I sure don't want to take down my Google business page.
Right.
But, yeah, that's my little question.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That's a great question. I have a couple of questions. Have you contacted Google to see if they could help you?
I've tried a few times.
Okay.
Mostly through the chat bot. And
oh yeah.
They don't understand they don't know what a holistic nurse practitioner is.
Yeah.
So I almost thought about I can switch it to other, but then I think my CEO would just go way, way, way down. And it just doesn't seem right either.
Yeah.
So I might keep trying. I mean, I've spent a few hours in Google chatbots trying to straighten it out, but
yeah, that's okay. If you've already tried, sorry about that. If you've already tried, I'm not sure it's going to be worth your time to go back to Google. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. But I'm wondering, so when people go to schedule with you, do you have a system in your scheduler where they need to answer questions? Or if they're not answering questions, is there a place where you can provide additional information before they schedule? Like before they click submit? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't ask them additional questions. I use Calendly, which is linked to my website. And I suppose I could. What I've done, and I always feel bad about it, is early on in our conversation, when I have a 20-minute phone consult, I'll say, have you been to my website? And some of them will say yes, some will say no, but then even if they say yes, that maybe they were just there for 2-3 seconds before they went down to the calendar and scheduled.
That's
so
right.
Then I'll, I guess what I've tried to do now is just to shorten my free 20-minute consult if truly we're not a good fit.
Sure. Yeah.
What normally happens, and the other thing I did was just change my hours of availability and made the windows narrower, because again, I was just getting so many calls for people who were not appropriate, who found me through the website because of how Google categorized me. But yeah, I've tried to just early on say, I want to make sure you know I'm not a naturopath. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, okay. And then that's it. But still, I've used up time on my calendar. And
that's right.
I mean, honestly, in a way, it's broadened my coaching in a way that I wasn't anticipating. But I've had some very interesting clients. And not all bad.
Yeah.
But it'll be, again, they're looking for a naturopath. Some of them are still looking for the magic wand treatment. Yep. Again, they're looking for a naturopath. They want an herb that they can take instead of their medicine.
Yeah. You know what? I'm so glad that you're able to see the silver lining, and that you can see how this sort of mishap has expanded what your view of your own coaching, right? I think that's excellent. And my heart wishes for you to not shrink in any capacity, but instead to continue to expand, right? And so my sense is, if it's creating a situation where, okay, now you're shrinking your times and now you're being less available and less and less and less, that seems the opposite of where we want you to go, right? We want you to be more.
Not really, because I've been trying to retire for a year.
Okay. All right.
So I am trying to shrink my business, but in a managed way, and be very selective with the clients that I take. Okay. But so, I just wanted to clarify that I'm not.
Okay. Got it.
Business, so.
Okay. But yeah, we want you to be at the driver's wheel of that, not the system, right?
My guilt level is very high in, in limiting my calendar. And it also, I don't know, it's just been very interesting how the universe works. That, and people, here's the other thing, is that people are very grateful. Like what happens then, and it's just me, well, it's partly me, but I can't not help people sometimes. So okay, well, here's a really good resource for you. And oh, by the way, do you know about the UW-Madison Integrative Medicine Clinic? It's right in your backyard, and I'm sure there are people there who can help you. So, I've been able to help a lot of people.
Yeah, that's
so
beautiful.
It's not all bad. It's just, on a day when you're already quite busy, it's mildly disconcerting.
Karen, how would you like it to look? What would be the best case scenario for you?
Best case scenario would be if Google had the category for holistic nurse practitioner.
Okay, right. Well, yes, that's true. Let me rephrase my question.
Okay.
Because you're right. That would be the best case scenario within the boundaries that are available. how would you like this to look? What would be the best case scenario for you within what's available?
Well, somebody said it earlier, and I think it was you, that I know I can go into Calendly and make some adjustments and ask more questions. So before they even schedule, ask a few very pertinent questions.
Yeah.
That might be, I think I have to bump up to the premium subscription for Calendly to do that.
Okay.
That's why I haven't, but
you could always email Calendly first to see if that's true. Or, if you want to look through their settings first, you can do that. And if you're not finding a setting to where you can ask, questions that will help to screen your audience better, then you can send an email to Calendly and see. Actually, Sharon, you've used Calendly, haven't you?
No,
You
I
have
have Acuity. I've looked into Calendly, but I agree with you, Yeshe. I'm pretty sure even at the lower levels that there's look for something called a intake form.
Right.
Yes.
And that you even if you have two or three questions, that can help screen some of these people so they don't get to you.
Yeah.
And save your time. And another thing I would like to suggest is on your Google page, treat it like it's your web page and put in big capital letters, I am a holistic nurse practitioner. And this is what that means.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Use it. I think it's awesome that they're sticking you in a category like naturopath because you'll get more traffic. But tell them how holistic nurse practitioners are better than naturopaths.
Absolutely.
And just give 3 bullet points. What your top 3 reasons why?
That's a great idea. Yeah.
I think you can turn this into a good thing.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
That's easily changed, on my Google business page. So
yeah. Put it in, highlight it, make it
big letters.
Yeah, big letters and lots of white space, and so it's a message is amplified or illuminated there.
Yeah. That's a really good idea as well. I love that.
I mean, I would much rather go to a holistic nurse practitioner, and so there will be people out there that would, but didn't know it was possible,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yay. Thank you. Those are great ideas.
Wonderful. Sharon, do you have any announcements that you want to share with us before it gets too far into the call?
Oh, thank you. I do like to always talk about a promotion that we have.
Yeah.
And we have a promotion that's ending tonight at midnight, but I don't feel like it's really at the same level as the participants here on this call. The program that's ending tonight, the enrollment's ending tonight, is our starter course in business. It's called Prepare to Start Your Business. And it's, we give 5 continuing education hours, contact hours for holistic nursing. So it can help you to renew your certification. But it goes over things like how to identify your own strengths as an entrepreneur, how to find your lane that you can practice safely within your state board, your practice act, and also within your specialty scope and standards of practice. And just helps people it answers the top questions nurses have before they actually start their business and are thinking about it. So I think all of you are past that stage, but if I'm wrong, I'd be glad to share more about it.
Yeah, and I wonder if, just in case anybody knows someone who is in that place, I wonder if you wouldn't mind to put the link in the chat. Is that available?
Sure. Yeah, I sure can do that.
Cool. So
Thank
if you ladies know anyone that is at that place and they're looking to get started, this would be really helpful for them.
For sure.
Yeah. The
And
program's very cool.
and we're not closing the doors at midnight. It's just that we would like for people to start real soon. And if you don't have a deadline, then people tend to stretch it out. Because we want to have a cohort of people. So yeah, I'll put it in the chat. And if you know someone that you think might be interested, you definitely can share this. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we still have a little over 15 minutes.
Maybe Maja has something on her mind.
Do you have anything,
I
Maja?
sure do.
Okay. You're so cute. Lay it on us.
Great. So yeah, I'm so sorry for not attending the last session. I was not feeling well, so we traveled to Norway to just spend the holiday there in our old home on a small island, and I was having the 3 days fever. I don't know, and so sometimes health is just serving us to give us a break, you know, and and that break was really useful, and because I'd been wondering about my next step in the business and I couldn't figure it out, so I just had to take a break from thinking about it, and so it popped up in a moment of clarity. And what happens is one of my previous clients, actually from the pilot that I'd been doing 3 sessions with, um, she she texted me saying that she went to her doctor and the doctor confirmed that she no longer has arthritis. She does not longer have current pain. Her migraine is gone. Her allergies are going down. And those are really amazing results. I mean, I'm like, huh, really? 3 sessions? And I didn't do this. Her health did this for her. She started looking at it differently. So I just had to share that in a post and offering my service to people. And this time I signed up almost 4 clients without even talking to them. And I'm like, what? I'm celebrating this, really. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I still feel like I'm beginning in this. Yeah.
Good.
It,
I
it's
hope you
starting to
always
it's
feel
starting
that you're
to feel.
beginning. That's the best
yeah.
place to be.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I've been overthinking about was getting a website, and I have a person now who's going to help me do it at a low cost. So that's really wonderful. We're gonna meet next week to talk about
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really
So
beautiful, Maja.
so I hope Google bundles me in the right place. I don't even know which category I am.
Can I just briefly share so that the other ladies know? Maja is in the Holistic Nurses Business Incubator with Sharon and I. And this is a beautiful course. It's a year-long course that helps new nurse entrepreneurs identify, prove, and start marketing and test and start marketing their business. And it's interesting, if you don't mind me sharing, Maja, I feel like at the beginning things were a little bit wonky for you, but like
I know.
very quickly you shifted it in a short amount of time. And I think that just relying on the materials and relying on your own skills, your gifts combined together really just kind of like shot you forward in what looks to me like a very quick and smooth path. So that's awesome.
It's been really helpful. I mean, when I started, I think I had an idea of
Mhm.
what I should be doing, and
Mhm.
that idea did not fit with what I could convert into reality for me. So, so that felt sort of silly to just stay there, and I found the course really helpful, like from the beginning with the, what do you call it, the prepare stage. Just begin from zero. It's not dangerous. It's useful.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
loving watching your progress. I think it's really beautiful. Mm. And
It really has been. It's
Mhm.
inspiring, and my
Yeah.
heart always feels so warm when you share with us what is happening in your business
Mm.
and people getting the life changes that they're getting.
It
Mhm.
feels so right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd
And
love
And
to make, oh, excuse me.
sorry, I'll just add one more
and it's
thing. You
something
maybe you were going to say this, Sharon, but I'll just add one more thing. Maja, I just want to remind you, and you may already be doing this, but I want to remind you to really keep track of those testimonials, because that one that you just shared, if I heard that, I would sign up right away. I'm not even kidding. So I think it's going to be really important and compelling for your audience to hear testimonials like that. And I don't know if this person would be willing to, get on a video with you and share it on a video, but that would just be so much, that would be so golden and so juicy. But
I reached out to her asking her to share her
okay.
transformation, but she hasn't
Yeah.
gotten back to me. Maybe she's a bit
Okay.
shy.
Yeah.
She's in Greenland, and maybe she feels insecure about the Danish, but that could change too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I'm sure she feels safe with you because
Yeah.
she knows you now a little bit and she's had these results. Maybe if you told her you'd be on the video with her, you could use a Zoom call and both of you be on the screen and you just chat about her, just ask her a couple of
would be an
questions.
option.
She might feel more comfortable knowing that she
Because
doesn't be there all
it's really
herself.
true. It's
Yeah.
something that's really useful to other people to hear,
Yeah,
that kind of stories, right? Just
absolutely.
it gives you hope, and it makes you wonder, maybe this could happen for me as well.
Yeah.
Right? So that is really something I want to be doing. So now we're approaching school start in 2 weeks, so I'll be getting more time to dig into all these details.
That's exciting.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be so interesting. And
Mm.
the other
I'd like
thing
to,
is that I'm getting more Norwegian clients, so I'm gonna make a little group of those ladies that we're gonna do group talks together in Norwegian.
good.
That's great.
That's great. I'd like to suggest on your website, right at the very top, that you have yourself on a video
Yeah.
talking about, your approach.
Hmm.
A short, just introducing it. No more than 2 minutes, hopefully.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
try that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. That sounds
Because
great.
I get those comments that it's really wonderful to be looking at this peaceful smile and to hear my giggle when I talk.
Yeah, it's a way for people to start to get to know you and
Yeah.
trust you. It doesn't happen all at once, but it gives them a start to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do it in Norwegian and all English and the other languages that you speak too. I forget how many you have.
I think I'll stick to one first.
Okay.
And I want to keep it simple to begin with.
Yeah.
But I think I could link to other videos in that page, right?
You could, yeah.
And my
You've done a lot of videos, so you can have a page with those in there. Just label them real clearly of what's in the video, a clear title, so they know which ones to watch for their interest. And now that I think about it, I think that YouTube, if you do your video, however you do it, and you put it in YouTube, you can choose to have subtitles of the other languages that you don't. So
That's
speak
true.
it in one, maybe in Danish. I forget your Dane.
Yeah.
From Denmark. Yeah. Speak it in Danish and then have the subtitles be there that they can watch it in other
Yes.
languages.
Yeah,
I could
that's
have that.
smart.
Yeah. I'm actually subtitling some things from English to Danish. I was doing one today.
Okay.
It's
Good.
interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And then
Yay.
be sure to give us all your website link in the incubator because we'll all want to
Yeah.
share it with people.
It's going to pop up anytime.
Okay.
He said he could make it for the 1st of September.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Wonderful.
I'm very excited for you, Maja. This is so
Yeah,
great.
me too.
That's awesome. Very good. We do have a few more minutes. Anyone else have anything else?
Sharon, if you'd be willing to put your Google page in the chat, I would love to look at it. And if you would also give me permission to show it to other nurse entrepreneurs, I would love to do that because I encourage them to use a Google page, but I don't have an example of a nurse, a holistic nurse. So, okay.
That's excellent.
You know how to put it in the chat here? Your Google page address.
Oh, you're on mute, Karen.
Yeah, I probably won't get to it. Oh, can I email it to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I have another meeting now at 7.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
that's great. I'd like to see it as well. So thank you for asking for that, Sharon, and Karen. Thank you for saying yes. That's great. Cool. Any
Kelly,
last
I wanted to ask Kelly, tell us again what town you're in Ohio.
I live in Ventura, California. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. But,
Oh.
Once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But you're in Ventura.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And so that's where the emergency department is that you're working in.
Yeah. I tried to get some physicians and advanced practice providers to, wasn't able to recruit any physicians for the study, which is only relevant because the coaching research in clinicians has been demonstrated in internal medicine and family medicine physicians. We don't have any good data on APPs or RNs. So yeah, I wanted to see, can it be transferable to EM physicians and can it work in APPs and RNs just in general? Like, can it be transferred to those groups too?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be good results.
I hope so.
This
Are you
conversation.
going to, oh, excuse me. Are you going to publish? I'm sure you're going to publish it, but have you thought about sending it to the Journal of Holistic Nursing? Good.
Yes. So Ohio State, they will allow you to prepare a manuscript for publication in lieu of a final 80 to 100 page thesis instead. So I will be submitting my manuscript for publication. I was debating between the Journal for Emergency Nursing, so I'm a member through them, or the Holistic Nurses Association. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it might be better in the emergency group. Honestly, you might get more visibility and traction out of it. It's hard to say.
We'll see. But yeah, I just got the latest edition in my mailbox yesterday, and they just published a survey on burnout and emergency nurses and turnover and stuff. So Yeah, it'll be interesting. It would align nicely, so we'll see. But yeah.
It's really awesome. I was just going to say before that this conversation is reminding me of one of your proven truths, Sharon, that nurses are innovative and want better solutions for the general populace. And it's really evident in all three of you ladies' examples. So this is just making my heart happy. So good. Well, ladies, if there isn't anything else, this might be a good time for us to conclude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Karen and Kelly and Maja.
Thank you so much. This was so helpful. Thank you.
Really beautiful. Thank you for staying up with us, Maja. It's late where she is. Thank you all three of you ladies, for your really powerful questions and your presence.
Bye.
Bye, Karen.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye, Kelly. Oh, that was so good.
That was good. That was really good. I sort of felt like Kelly's question. Oh,